Hi everyone, it is Bren with Addicted to Cricut. Today we're going to talk about SVGs files versus JPEG or PNG files. I get these questions all the time because SVG files aren't necessarily easy to find and they aren't usually free. And so I want to show you the difference and why it's important that if you have a certain type of an image that you want to either print and cut or cut with vinyl or anything else, that it's important that you use an SVG file. So this is the image that I'm going to use. I started doing this image with an image that had 12 or 17 colors, and I decided that that wasn't a very good idea. So this is the image that I'm going to use. I got it. I am actually a member of Deposit Photos, and once a year they have an absolutely amazing sale because you pre-purchase credits for them. And I think usually it's like $1 a picture, and when they have their sale, it's like 50 cents a picture. When they have their sale, I will let everyone know because I really like this because as you can see, I can choose a vector image or a JPEG. Vector is an SVG. Excuse me, SVG is scalable vector graphic. Okay, and that's what we want. So I have downloaded one of each. I did a vector one and a JPEG one. And let's go and see how it looks, okay? Let's see, here we are. So here we are over at this. I've uploaded both of these, but I'm going to upload them again so that you can see. First, we're going to do the SVG. And as you can see, this is the sign for SVG. So I'm going to double click on that, and it's going to pull it in. And right away, I notice a problem. It's got the background on it, and I don't necessarily want the background. But that's okay. It's an SVG. We can fix this. So we're going to save it. Okay. Now I have another Cricut Design Space open, and we're going to upload it again, but we're going to upload it as the JPEG. As you can see when I hover over it, it says JPG. So we're going to load it. Now it opens up a little bit differently, and it asks you if it's simple, moderately complex. I don't know why, but I always say complex. And we need to make this a little smaller. Now we can get rid of the background here, which is kind of nice, just by clicking on it because it's set on the select and erase. But make sure that you get inside the O's and the G's, and that looks good. We want to save it just like that. That's what our image looks like. Perfect. I'll go ahead and save it as a print and cut. No, I won't. I'm going to save it as a cut image because that's what it really is. And we're going to save it. It loses its color. I know. Okay, so we are going to upload that one here. Whoops, wait a minute, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm sorry. Down that, I'm going to insert it here. And I'm going to insert in this one the SVG. I'm going to insert it there. Okay, so right away on the SVG, you can see that there are several layers. But on the JPEG, there's just one layer here. One layer. Are you seeing that? Right here. Here's your layers panel. There is one layer. Do you know what that means? It means there's not much we can do with this. Let's pull this back over here. This image is really big. I need to make it smaller. Okay, there. So, but we still have that white background. But that's okay. It's an SVG. Look at all the layers, okay? We can actually click on this one layer and we can make it disappear just by clicking that. Did you see what I did? Now, all of this can be ungrouped and moved around if we want. Of course, we probably don't want to because this is supposed to look like this and it looks pretty cool. So we're going to group it. But let's bring in our other one, the JPEG one. We can't move it around. We can't ungroup it or group it. This is it, guys, okay? So if I take this and I put it on my mat to make, it just sends me to one mat, one color. That's all I can do. I can probably change the color, but only to one color. So now we hit that again, and it just does it to one color. Now let's grab the other one. Let's say make it here, and now it puts it on the 3 mats that it's supposed to do. And that's what an SVG does. It tells you what layers there are. It tells you how many layers there are and how many colors. And these I could actually cut out the heart and the tongue. I could make them the same color. I could just ungroup it, click on this, and change the color to one that's already there. I don't even know if that was the right way to do it. That might not have been it. Anyway, I'm just telling you, we can change the color of individual items that are over here. We can't do that on the JPEG. The JPEG is stuck. This is it. This is all we can do, okay? If we want to take it apart, we're going to have to slice it and do all kinds of stuff, okay? But on the SVG, we can actually take this stuff, oh, it's ungrouped still, and move it around. If we don't want this heart there, we can get rid of it. Or if we want to do something different, if we want the my to be a different color or the dog to be a different color, all we have to do is tell it. So you can see why when I talk about an SVG file versus a JPEG file, there is a huge difference. And so when you can, if you want it to be multiple colors and you want your vinyl or your card to be laid out on several mats with the right colors, you are always, always, always going to want an SVG file. If it's just one piece of vinyl and you don't really care, it's all one color, then a JPEG will work fine. You'll probably have to clean up like we did. We had to take the white out of the background and out of the D and the O and the G, but that's not a big deal. You can do that. So remember, if you're working with lots of colors, get an SVG file or convert it. Actually, I found a really nice conversion one here. It's called Zamzar, and I've used it a couple times today. You just choose the file that you want, like this one right here. I won't do it again. And you tell it to convert it to an SVG. Where is it? Right here. And then you convert, and you're done. And then you will have the ability to change the colors, to move it around, to do things like that, versus not having any help at all here, okay? So that's it, guys. I think that kind of helps you understand why an SVG is so important for Cricut Design Space and for your projects. So when you can, use an SVG. If you can, convert a JPEG into an SVG, because that will help you so, so, so much. Okay, guys, have a great day.